Welcome back to the Perfect Father podcast. We have a special visitor. This is JoJo. Jeff, you've been requesting that JoJo be introduced. Here he is. Probably won't stay up here long. He is a purebreded Himalayan firebrand. So we'll see how long he wants to hang out. Probably not for much time, but he is curious, and he's not often up on this table, so he might want to hang out for a minute. I'm going to give us a Valentine's Day charge for this podcast. And when I say that word Valentine's Day, that probably elicits a number of emotional responses. It's a kind of a unique day in my household because that's when my daughter was born. So shout out to Maddie. Happy birthday. It's just like our perfect father to give me my only girl. Remember, 7 children, 6 boys, 1 girl. And he gives me a girl on Valentine's Day. Maddie and I's call and response is, I am so grateful that God gave me a little girl. And I mean that, and we love her dearly. She is the mother to 1 grandchild, Annabelle. Hey, Annabelle! And we have another one on the way due this summer. So excited for them and excited to share this message with you because it's about love. And I know Valentine's Day, often we think, well, that's not really representative. It's mainstream. I went to Publix earlier and I told Mom it looked like Cupid had vomited all over the place. There's just chocolates and balloons and roses. But we're really St. Valentine, if you study it, St. Valentine was a martyr. Now there's some discrepancy over the time, but most say during the Roman Empire and for going against some of the emperor's rules, specifically marrying young men that were in the military. It was the emperor's belief that if they were married, they would not be as great of warriors, and he would sneak and marry couples that wanted to be married. Anyways, the history tells us that he was martyred, so he laid his life down for what he believed in and for what God had called him to do. So that's really the message of Valentine's is love, and we have a passage about it. And the invitation today is be friended and friend. So it comes from John 15, verses 12 through 17. My command is this: love each other as I've loved you. Greater love has no one than this, to lay down one's life for one's friends. You are my friends if you do what I command. I no longer call you servants because a servant does not know his master's business. Instead, I've called you friends. For everything that I learned from the Father, I've made known to you. You did not choose me, but I chose you and appointed you so that you might go and bear fruit, fruit that will last. And so that whatever you ask in the name of the Father will give to you. This is my command: love each other. And so our invitation is for him to empower us to express this friendship love, which is a deep, abiding love, to be friended by him and to friend others so that we might bear much fruit, fruit that will last. And I hope that you know that this concept of love, apart from God revealing his love to us, I just don't believe it's possible to love well. And in part, our challenge is that we've seen a lot of false perceptions shaped by cold and cruel people as to what love is, and that oftentimes complicates our relationship with God. I was thinking about that earlier, and just, human nature, and most of the time, or many times, love is transactional. I love those that love me. And then we begin to think, hey, I receive love based on meeting expectations. And we take that into our relationship with our perfect Father, whose love is perfect. And we think, well, maybe I'll receive love if I've met his expectations. And that is a shallow way and really a insufficient way to receive the love of the Father. Or maybe we grew up around people that were capricious. We just never knew how they were going to respond, their change of mood and behavior. couldn't be accounted for. And so we don't know what to expect. And so as we begin to love others, we try to manage their emotions, or we try to perform for them. Or maybe we experienced a lot of neglect in our lives. And as a result, we have a difficult time trusting, we keep people at a distance, or when people get close to us, we smother them. So love is complicated. I think that's important to state up front. And this is a great revelation of how God chose to love us, and Jesus saying to us, I call you friends. So our reflection begins with pause and allow yourself to be awed that he calls you his friend. Let this assured reality wash away any false ideas of him lacking warmth, kindness, and care for you. It's really a revelatory statement when he said to his disciples and says to us, I call you friends. And I was reflecting on this earlier, and my hope, and sometimes in my non-agenda worship time, which I encourage you to have a portion of your time with him that's just reflecting on realities, assured realities like this, that he calls you friend. And what characterizes a good friend? And I wrote a few thoughts down. Someone who is sacrificial. We see in this passage no greater love other than one that would lay down his life for a friend, and certainly that's what he's done for us. A friend is someone who's excited to spend time with you, always glad to see you. Think about that as you approach Jesus. He's always glad to see you. He appreciates and enjoys your uniqueness, is inquisitive about your thoughts and feelings, open about his own life. He said in this passage that he is sharing with us all that the Father has shared with him. A friend tolerates your shortcomings while being honest about the negative effects, loves you for who you are while encouraging you in who you are becoming. Just a few thoughts about friendship and allowing him to love us as a friend. And I would say that the great test, a great question to ask at the end of each day is, have I loved well? And I would suggest to you and to myself that if we're not receiving his love, we won't give it, not as he intends. So we approach him and we allow him to love us as friends. Our reflection continues. Let him friend you by allowing him to express to you the unique qualities, humorous idiosyncrasies, and quirky personality traits that he created and enjoys about you. He created each of us unique. So I encourage you to consider, make a list of traits that you appreciate about yourself that are unique and different. And I would suggest to you, this is a means of allowing him to appreciate those traits. Just by sitting and thinking about, he created me uniquely in this way. This is different. And maybe it's something that not everybody appreciates, but I guarantee that he appreciates it. Our reflection continues. Take a moment and pick a friend or two and consider something unique that you appreciate and enjoy about them and plan to tell them. This would be a good Valentine's Day charge. This is always moving outward, right? We friend others, taking some time to think about something unique about one of your friends and be willing to communicate that to them. Our reflection continues. Anticipate the joyful fruitfulness of being friended and friending as you allow him to delight in your uniqueness, as you tell him about your excitement and challenges, as you express your love for him in your simple acts of obedience, just doing the next right thing, and as you offer others the same authentic enjoyment of being in their presence. Again, this starts inward with how we receive love, and it always moves outward. That's what makes it authentic and real. The reflection concludes, maintain a friending state throughout the day, whispering to yourself, I will be friended and friend. I will be friended and friend. I will be friended by him and friend others. So our Valentine's Day charge is simple today. Take some time and allow him to love you as a friend. Love others in like manner. And allow a friend to love you. I love you. See you next time.